You always want to powder your client. It helps with irritation as well as preventing the wax from sticking to the skin. Use slow circular movements all the way up. If you've ever had a problem with waxing a client on the inside or the outside of the leg and the wax has dripped down onto your table paper, there's a reason for that, and I'm going to show you how to solve that. When getting the wax on your stick, you want to swoop it in the can, wipe it on the side, wipe it on the back, and twirl it as you come over. By twirling it up, it allows the wax to run down the stick. So when you turn it down to go along the side of her leg, it has enough time to run down. By the time you reach all the way down to her ankle, you've not spilt any of it on the table paper. The metal bar in your wax pot is there for you to use to get the wax off your spatula. I prefer to take the metal bar out so that I can swoop my stick in the pot and get the wax high up on my stick. Especially when the wax is low in the pot, you need to swoop it really fast, have a jerking motion like that, and it allows the wax to go very high up on the stick so you don't run out when you're full leg waxing. This big blob right here will cause a lot of pain. You need to smear it flat. Never leave thick wax. It tugs on the skin. Now I'm going to show you the right way to apply the wax. Swoop it in the can, wipe it on the side, wipe it on the back, twirl your stick up, put it down, and I have plenty of time to get to the bottom. I have plenty of wax on my stick. When you remove the wax with the muslin, you want to start in the inside of the leg so the client does not have time to roll into the table paper. Start at the top of the leg instead of the bottom. If you start at the bottom of the leg, when you rip up, you're going to have streamers of wax hanging down. It will cause a lot of mess and irritation. So we'll start at the top on the inside of the leg and we'll pull back. Rubbing firmly, press, rip, put your hand down. Apply your muslin, press, put your hand down. After waxing a couple of times, get a new piece of muslin. It will cause less irritation. If it gets too thick, it can pull the skin. So again, we're going to start at the top. You want to press down firmly, push, rip, and apply pressure. Press down, hold your handle, push, apply pressure. Before you work on your client, you always want to test the wax on yourself first. Apply it to your wrist. Feeling the temperature's okay, and simply rip it off. Now I'm going to wax the outside of her shin, turning her leg, and we will start at the bottom, going down the leg, apply your muslin at the top to avoid streams of wax, press, rip, and put your hand down. We're doing the outside first so she does not have time to roll into the paper with the wax, making the paper sticky. Press, rip, put your hand down. So we'll scoop our wax, wipe it on the side, wipe it on the back, twirl it, apply it to the top, outside, I just wanted to get rid of any thick blobs. Taking my muslin, I'll start at the top. We want to get the outside first so that she doesn't roll into the paper. And press. Apply pressure. Apply pressure. And you're done with half the leg. This is a large spatula for large areas of the body. You don't want to throw this away after use. You just simply want to stick it on a piece of muslin, put it in your microwave for about 10 seconds, and then wipe it clean. All the wax will come off your spatula, and then put it in your dry sanitizer. I'm now going to demonstrate how to use a cream wax for the legs. I prefer this wax for the legs. It has ingredients in it to calm the skin down and to fight dryness. It's exceptional for really, really dry shins. If you've ever waxed the shins and your wax is hardened up and you couldn't get it off because her knees were so dry and her shins were so dry, or down by her ankles was so dry, I really, really, really recommend this wax. It's excellent for dry skin. It's not as easy to use on the bikini line, so then I would switch to my honey wax on the bikini line. So this is a strip wax for really dry skin. And again, with this wax, we are going to apply oil to the skin. Just a couple of drops for both legs. And with the spatula, you're simply going to just wipe the wax on, hold your spatula level, and spread it all the way down her leg. Again, I just dip my spatula, I wipe the back of it. I don't wipe the sides, I keep the sides nice and sharp. Apply the wax, hold it vertical, and spread. And again, with this wax, it is so accommodating. You can do the whole entire body, go back to the body, and just simply start ripping, and do your whole leg at one session. Wipe it and spread. Keep your fingers together, press, rip. Remember to hold your handle, don't let it get in the wax, rub, press, rip, and apply pressure. Apply pressure. And then I would use a little bit of remaining oil to wipe off any excess wax that I may have on the client. So you swipe on the wax and really quite aggressively push down. Push down and draw the wax all the way down to your ankle. Again, we just swipe, hold it vertical, and press. And we can cover the whole leg in one area and wax it all off at one time. I like to keep just a couple extra strips with me so I don't have to keep walking back and forth. Starting at the top, apply pressure, press, rip, apply pressure. And we want to start at the top so that if we started down here and we pulled up, we'd have all this fraying wax and hair hanging off, and it just gets really messy that way. So start at the top, and I always start at the outside so she doesn't have a chance to roll into my wax paper. And press and press, confusing the brain about pain or pressure. Pick up any little extras. Get a new piece. Apply pressure and rip. Apply pressure and rip. Apply pressure and rip. Then anything that's left over after that I can simply clean off with my oil, and that will treat her skin as well. So unlike the beginning of our wax, we want to use a generous amount of oil, and you want to mix the oil or lotion in your hands. You don't want to drizzle the lotion, the oil on your client. That can be kind of shocking to her. This will heat up the oil. It's much more soothing. Apply the oil all over her body. We're going to really condition her skin. We're going to remove any excess wax, and we want it to be nice and soft. You can do a light massage on the back of the legs, whatever routine that you happen to have.
Hi, my name is Ofra Gator, and I'm the president of Ofra Cosmetics in the United States. We are based in Florida. We have a training center in Fort Lauderdale where we train estheticians about the Ofra Cosmetics skincare line, makeup line, and depilation. Today we will be covering our depilation products, hair removal products, and our unique system, which is a roll-on system. I've been in the beauty industry for over 20 years. I'm an esthetician as well, and have been dealing in this industry, giving lectures, appearing on TV, and showing our different techniques and unique products. Our unique system has got a single heater where we insert our wax cartridges. Our wax cartridges are over 3.4 ounce. We have different wax cartridges available to work with, different flavors, between 7, 8, 9 different flavors at different times. Honey, aloe vera, azulen, rose, lemon, apple. The different flavors are all based on pine resin. They are easily inserted into the wax heater. The waxed heater, the single wax heater, is thermostatically controlled, which get the temperature of the wax to a set temperature that will not cause any reaction on the skin. The opposite, it is very comfortable, very warm and pleasant on the skin, and very easy to apply. The machine can be unplugged from the electric cord up to 5 to 7 minutes and still will keep the heat of the wax. I inserted the wax cartridge into the machine, plugged it into the electricity and left it on for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the time that the wax heater requires to warm up the wax cartridge. The wax cartridge always remains inside the machine when you work with the wax. One full cartridge should be enough to do a full leg wax, both legs on a client, bikini and underarm. It goes long way. Okay, as you can see, we have different cartridges that we can use with our single wax heater. Here we've got the honey, we have aloe vera, we have 7 different flavors to choose from. They are all based on pine resin, and they are all suitable for the most sensitive skin types, the coarse hair, fine hair, sensitive skin that can be getting red easily. We get excellent results, and the skin is left afterwards nice and smooth with no reaction. The plug should be plugged in after 5 minutes maximum so that the temperature is kept nice and warm to be able to use. I will use the honey cartridge. Of course, always keep it inside the wax heater. I will use the wax now to do the demonstration on the legs of our model. And before I'm starting, I'm going to use 1 wax strip. It does not matter what wax strips you use for waxing the legs or the body or the underarm or face. You can use any type of wax strips. What matters is that the wax is always applied nice and even on the skin. The fact that we've got a roll-on system, it distributes the wax on the skin nice and easy, not a thick layer. You don't need to worry that you apply too much and it will rip the skin. That is the ideal solution, to use the right amount on the skin and not to repeat the same area. So we cleaned her legs with a lotion, and now we're going to start doing the waxing. So when I have a wax heater ready to use, I just roll on the wax onto a piece of strip just to get the roll going with the wax on the tip of the head, and then I start rolling it onto the skin. So I do not actually pull the skin, it is already existing on the head. And then you roll down, of course, with the way the hair grows downwards, and afterwards I will remove it against the hair growth. Okay, I'm not repeating the same area. Okay, so I apply it and then I plug it back again and leave it to continue getting warm. All right, so you do not leave it on the side without it being plugged. Now I take the same wax strip, which I use the machine to roll it on, and remove the hair. Very easy. Okay, and you rub and remove. Okay, we're going now to apply on the other part of the leg and do waxing on the section we haven't done yet. We're taking the roll-on and we roll it on the skin. Easy movements, it does not need to be pushed onto the skin, it slides on very easily, which is a great advantage. You do not need to use any spatula. There is no mess, no dripping. You apply directly from the machine and remove. Apply again and remove. In our machine we have now the honey wax, but of course you've got different flavors to choose from, which is nice. They're all suitable for all skin types, for coarse hair, for fine hair, for sensitive skin. They are all suitable for sensitive skin for sure. In a salon, we recommend to use our base of 2. You can plug in 2 single heaters into the base, and they will be standing there in an upright position, ready to be used the whole day. So one base can have the large head, the other base can have the smaller head for the underarm, for bikini, or for the use of the face. Okay? So it is much more professional to work in a salon environment with a base of 2. Okay, now we are going to do the other leg, and we distribute the wax nice and even. We do not repeat the same area again. It is not necessary to repeat the same area. It's going to be just wasted, the wax. Okay, and I plugged again the machine into the electricity. You rub and remove. And again, rub and remove. Very easy method. The wax is not too thick on the skin. Makes life easy when you remove. Okay. Then we're going to move on to the knees. When you do the knees, we prefer to bend them a little bit. It's much easier to do the waxing on bent knees because the skin is a little bit loose here. With everyone, it's the same. Okay. You can close the strip and then catch any pieces of wax that's left, although I repeat this at the end of the waxing session before I apply the post-depilatory oil. Okay? Now, I bend her knee a little bit and unplug and apply the wax on the skin. If I would have the base of 2, I would just remove the machine from the base of 2, apply the wax. I prefer to start doing wax on the knee with a clean strip. Using a clean strip makes it easier to do the waxing and most probably will not pull any skin. Okay? Very easy. If there is a lot of wax on the strip and you're busy doing the knee, it can get quite sore for the client. Okay? See, very easy. Always try and rub a few times and then remove. Do not rub once and remove. It didn't have enough contact of the wax with the strip if you do it only once. Okay, so rub a few times and then remove. It takes a little bit more time, but still, doing half a leg wax or full leg wax with a roll-on system will take you half time of using a spatula. That's it. You can check with your other hand. If it's not sticky, if you don't see anything, then you continue to the other knee. You put your leg down. Okay, we're going to move on to the second knee and do hair removal from the knee. Okay, I unplug the machine again. Okay, I never leave the machine standing and not being plugged. Okay, and I roll it onto the skin nice and easily. Okay, we've been working with this machine now, doing her leg wax, but if the machine would be plugged in and I haven't been using it for an hour or so, then to start the waxing session, as I showed at the beginning, I roll it onto a clean strip just to get the head going. Okay, I rolled it onto a clear strip on a hard surface, and then you get a distribution of wax again, nice and warm wax on the head, so it's easy to work on the skin again. Okay? Okay. Now we're going to use the same wax strip that we had. It's not full yet, so we can continue working with that. And we are going to remove the wax from the knee. Never work with a full strip of wax because it's not pleasant on the skin. It can remove the skin, cause peeling of the skin in certain areas, and especially on the knee it can happen easily. Okay. Very easy to remove, very easy to apply. I'm working with a honey flavor one. We have 7 different flavors to choose from: baby powder, rose, lemon, apple, aloe vera. Different flavors to choose from. They are all based on pine resin. They are all suitable for sensitive skin type. It's just your own preference. What do you prefer to work with? Here we are. I finished using it. I can stick it to certain parts that I can see wax is on the skin. You can touch and feel. And then you can move the client onto her stomach and continue doing the wax on the back part of her legs. I'm going to apply the wax on the back parts of her legs. Some areas you have to apply it, these movements as well, because the hair grows sideways. Okay, and plug it back again, and make sure the machine stays in an upright position. Okay. Okay. You do it sideways because the hair grows sideways. Some prefer to do the waxing and afterwards to put the hand on the client's skin to calm the skin. You can do that as well if you wish. You can put your hand afterwards. It's not necessary because this is already calming the skin, this movement. Very fast method, very hygienic. The roll-on is thrown away after you finish using it, especially if you do bikini, underarm and full leg. The whole cartridge will be finished and you throw it away completely. You do not fill it up, you do not change heads. It's hygienic. You apply a new cartridge into the machine. It takes 10 minutes to warm up and you can use a brand new cartridge on your next client. Now I'm going to apply the wax on the other leg. Okay? If your hands are sticky, you use the post-depilatory oil. You just apply it on your hand, you rub both hands, and you wipe your hands in the middle of your waxing session. Always ensure to work with clean hands And clean machine, not to have everything sticky around you because it makes the whole waxing session very unpleasant. Okay, so you stop for a minute and then you apply the oil, wipe your hands with tissue and continue. At the end, we will use the oil on the client's body. Okay. If we're doing a half leg wax, we're going to have half the cartridge left. So I recommend you write down the client's name and you give her the cartridge to take home. You can reuse that cartridge the next time she comes back to you. But do not continue using that cartridge on your next client. If you had a full leg wax, bikini and underarm, then obviously the cartridge will be finished and all you do is throw it away. Now the cartridge, the strip starts getting quite full. Then I throw it away because I can see it starts pulling the skin and use a brand new strip. Okay? Make sure you leave a small space for you to work with on the strip at the end so that you do not stick your fingers onto wax. Always a little bit of space for you to be able to pull the strip off the skin. If you work on the top part of the leg, on the thighs, you need to pull the skin before you pull the strip. Or if it's a big lady, then definitely it can happen on the smaller, on the bottom part of the legs. You hold the skin and then you pull. It's less painful for the client and she definitely won't get bruised. The fact that we use a roll-on system and the wax is kept in a thermostatically controlled heater enable you to apply the wax nice and even on the skin, not to use from a spatula where you sometimes distribute too much in an area and then when you pull you can actually cause reaction on the skin and sometimes skin comes off and sometimes veins can pop in on the surface of the skin. The minute you use a roll-on system, thermostatically controlled machine, it distributed nice and even. You pull a thin layer, which does not affect the skin. It leaves the skin nice and smooth. You can see this has been waxed. It's not red, it's not irritated. There is no capillaries showing on the surface, and it looks very good. It's a very safe method, very healthy method. Okay, and now I throw away this and I'm going to apply the oil. The post-depilatory oil after waxing session is a calming oil on the skin. We've got in this oil different ingredients. We've got lemongrass, we've got comfrey, chamomile, mint, grapeseed extract, ingredients which help to calm the skin, disinfect the skin. And it's used also on the machines, so we do not have different solutions for cleaning machines and different solutions to clean the skin. It's all one. This bottle goes a long way. You need very little to apply, very little. You'll be surprised how long this small bottle will last. It comes in the kit. You get a machine, 2 wax cartridges, packet of strips inside the kit. Now we're going to turn her on her back and we're going to apply the oil on the front. Never apply the oil in the middle of the waxing session. Wait to the end and then apply the oil. The minute you apply the oil, you cannot apply wax over the area because it will just slip. So wait till the end. We apply the oil with nice massage movements. It's also very pleasant for the client. I prefer to apply it with my hands, not to apply the oil onto cotton wool and to rub it on the skin. Make nice contact with your hands. It's pleasant, it's calming to the client. If the machine is oily, if the machine is sticky from the wax, then what I recommend, take a little bit of oil, unplug it, wipe the oil on the machine, and then wipe the machine with tissue. It's much more pleasant to work with a clean machine. Also, the edges of the wax cartridge should be cleaned, and then you remove the wax cartridge from the machine, you take a black marker, you write the client's name, and you give it to the client. She can then come back the next time and use it, or you can keep it aside in your salon, in your spa with her name, and then the next time she comes, you can use it on her. You write her full name and her full last name, or else you give it to the client. If you decide you don't want to work with the system of writing her name, you simply throw it away. When you calculate how much is a half a leg wax and how much the cartridge is, you can certainly afford using a brand new cartridge on each and every client, or else just keep it and she takes it home with her.
My name is Nicole Reposer. I have been working for Perrigo for 19 years, but before working for Perrigo, I was a teacher, educator for Lancôme first, and after that in the private school in Paris. I have now about 25 years of beautician trainers, and my job consists of traveling throughout the world, in Europe, in Asia, in USA, in France, to demonstrate how to use the wax. Yes, I have good waxes, I am sure, efficient, economical, and the results are very good. But you are very good, and now you practice well, is good too. And the training is so important. I have good waxes, but you need a good training.
We will now demonstrate how to use soft wax on the leg. Before waxing, prepare the table with a disposable table paper. Use cotton to apply rose water cleanser to the skin. Clean the skin in the opposite direction of the hair growth. Be sure to wear your gloves. After cleansing, apply a drop of oil to the skin. Test the temperature of the wax on your wrist first, and then on your client. This particular wax is approximately 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Apply a very thin coat of wax in the direction of the hair growth. Apply one coat. After that, apply another coat of wax close to the first one. Use the edge of the spatula to apply a very thin coat of wax. When you have finished applying the wax, take a strip of Pellin and apply the strip to the wax. Press firmly. Pull it up quickly close to the skin. Press firmly and remove close to the skin. You can see the hair on the strip. Apply a very thin coat of wax and then another one close to the first one. Put a strip on the wax. Press firmly and remove close to the skin. You can see the hair that has been removed from the leg. To wax the knee, bend the client's leg and apply a very thin coat of wax. The hair grows in 3 directions on our client's knee. You can apply wax on the entire knee. Apply the wax in the direction of the hair growth. The hair grows in this direction, and this direction. It is very important how you remove the hair on the knee. Apply the strip in the direction of the hair growth, press firmly. Hold the skin if necessary and remove. Bend the client's leg a little bit more and remove the hair from the front of the knee. If you have some residue, you can remove it like this. Now turn your client's leg. Apply a very thin coat of wax with the edge of the spatula. Press down to remove the wax from the spatula, and then slide the spatula to apply a thin coat of wax. Press and remove close to the skin. Don't pull up on the strip. To remove the hair on the back of the leg, have your client turn over. Apply the wax in the direction of the hair growth. A very thin coat with the edge of the spatula. Apply a strip, press, and remove in the opposite direction of the hair growth. Now we'll demonstrate on the back of the other leg. Apply the wax in the direction of the hair growth using the edge of the spatula. Press firmly. Hold the skin and remove. You can see how the hair grows this way and this way. After waxing, clean the leg with rose water cleanser using a cotton pad. Use a drop of oil to remove the wax residue. Apply a moisturizing after wax lotion or gel that is good for dry or sensitive skin. If you like, you can do a light massage. Now we will demonstrate how to use hard wax on the legs. Our client has coarse hair on her legs, so it is best to use a hard wax. Her hair grows in this direction. Apply in the direction of the hair growth. Making sure you apply wax in separate sections. Remove the wax when it becomes hard. You can see the hair roots in the hard wax. After you have removed the sections of hard wax, apply wax in between the sections you just removed, in the direction of the hair growth. Remove the wax and apply pressure to the skin. Continue applying wax until all the hair is removed.
We're cleansing the area. Apply a little oil. Wipe off the excess oil. Go back and pick up any excess wax. I always like to do the big toe by itself. Sometimes it can freeze up and dry, and then go ahead and do the rest of the toes. Now I'm going to apply oil to her feet.